Hey again, everybody, this is Randy the Wild Horse, and this is part of my book collection. Most of them I recommend, and there's a couple that I don't. I'll almost show you right now. Have Mercy, Confessions of the Original Rock and Roll Animal, Wolfman Jack. Of course, someone else wrote it for him. But this is an excellent book, see, ladies and gentlemen. This talks about his career as a DJ, and he created Zerb radio station in Mexico, a high-watt radio station where it transferred away to the northern United States. I mean, back then radio transmission didn't go very far, you know. But when they created this, you know, he never took payola for any music. You know, he played stuff he liked that was popular. And, you know, it's a book I recommend reading. Waiting for the Man, the story of drugs and popular music. It tells about musicians that like died of drug use and stuff like that, and who got busted, and, you know, yeah, this is one hell of an excellent book, I'll tell you, and that's too bad I don't understand a lot what I read, but I did read this book. I'll have to read it again, but if you haven't gotten yourself a book like this, this one, Waiting for the Man, I suggest you get it, okay? And my third book, The Worst Rock and Roll Records of All Time. Yes, they even have Paul McCartney on here. They have Elvis Costello and the Attractions on there. And Think Once You Understand. And you got Linda Ronstadt, Andrew Gold, Harry Chapin. I don't know, I think Harry Chapin's pretty talented. He said about the Rolling Stones, the Hollies, Phil Collins, Cat Stevens' Moonshadow. I actually like that song. Okay. Guess Who's American Woman? Yeah, that wouldn't fly today. And, okay, and a bunch of others. Then it has Jethro Tull, Aqua Lung, and Queen. There's John Travolta's poster when he sang Travolta Fever. And the Moody Blues, okay. There's the 70s hits. The number one all time was You Light Up My Life by Debbie Boone, Pat Boone's daughter, that song. Well, I recommend getting this book for laughs. I don't agree with all their worst ones, but a couple of them I do, especially the one by Charlene Duncan's You Never Been to Me. You ever heard that song? Ugh. Okay, there's a book I really like. This one's Foul, Connie Hawkins by David Wolf. This talks about a player who was falsely blacklisted by Iowa State University, you know, and he played for the Globetrotters a couple of years. Well, he talks about, he trash talks Metal Arc Lemon and Gary Goodrich, and you know, and he talks about the Minnesota Pipers and their coach, you know, real low life, if you know what I mean. Talks about his struggles, living in Bed-Stuy, I'll say. They said he came from the armpit of the ghetto. And then, well, I'll put it this way. You got to get this book. This book will memorize you. A lot of racism in sports, get this. In the in the 60s and before that, they used to have a race quota. Like, as much as I hate to use race, 4 blacks per team. Any more than 4, they usually got rid of them. And kind of stupid. It mentions about the worst trade in history when Phoenix got his teammate Paul Silas for a guy named Greg Greger. The only reason Atlanta wanted him is to whiten the roster. Excellent book here that I have, My Life with Martin Luther King by Coretta Scott King. I've learned a lot from Martin Luther King, I'll tell you. I've learned reading this book is, you know, if companies do wrong, boycott them. I boycott the TSA, for example, for doing stuff to passengers. I boycott certain companies, you know, that are shady, that pollute water. And, you know, and this talked about when he got a bunch of people together to boycott a bus company in the 50s. Remember, this was before internet. Think about it. This book is a definite read. I only paid 25 cents for this at a used bookstore. Best 25 cents I ever spent. And there's a couple stuff I wouldn't really recommend getting myself. There's a 1970 comic book, Mutiny on the Bounty. And kind of dull. The one I don't like is a Daniel Boone book. This was in 1939. This was my father's book. Must have been one of his favorites. They make Native Americans like they're a bunch of savages, and Daniel Boone's this great hero, and now, oh yes, you see that? There's the cabin. Oh, there's the Native Americans, the bad Native Americans burning down the army fort. Well, I hope you enjoyed my book collections, the one I like and don't like. But then I know some of you probably have different opinions than I do. So, this is Randy the Wild Horse. As always, have a wonderful day.